Hello students, welcome to 4Pi Academy. This is Manika Srivastava and I am your physics instructor for classical mechanics, and this is our lecture number 4. So students, in previous lecture we are studying one by one from fundamentals of Lagrange's and Lagrangian mechanics. I have told you previously about conservative quantities, about all the types of constants, about all the types of generalized coordinates and coordinate conversion. And in the last video lecture, we will be talking about Lagrange's equation of motion. So we will continue with that. So in your lecture number 4, we will read about Lagrange's equations and Lagrangian mechanics. As you can see on your screen, here is a simple Euler-Lagrange's equation, which can be written as d over dt del L over del Q dot equals to del L over del Q, where Q is x, y, z or the relative generalized coordinate. And in this lecture, you will learn some more examples on Lagrange's equations, some examples like linear harmonic oscillator, like particle moving under a central force, and some more examples and problems related to Lagrange's. And I'll teach you about some conserved quantities related to those equation of motion. So students, let's start. We'll start with our first example, which is a very simple example, which is linear harmonic oscillator. तो बच्चों, linear harmonic oscillator क्या होता है? सबसे पहले what is oscillator? एक oscillator क्या होता है? सिंपल एग्जांपल लेते हैं, अपने घरों में लगने वाली घड़ी का पेंडुलम. पेंडुलम के अगर आप मोशन को देखेंगे तो वो क्या करता है, वो एक इक्विलिब्रियम पॉइंट के टू एंड फ्रो मोशन करता है, इर्द गिर्द मोशन करता है. सो एन ऑसिलेटर इज एन ऑब्जेक्ट एंड पार्टिकल इज एन ऑब्जेक्ट और अ पार्टिकल विच मूव्स टू एंड फ्रो टू एन इक्विलिब्रियम पॉइंट. एंड व्हाट इज अ हार्मोनिक ऑसिलेटर? A harmonic oscillator is basically in which a periodic motion takes place. Like after some period, that particle or that object repeats its motion. Now, what is linear harmonic oscillator? Linear harmonic oscillator is that that motion of oscillator or that motion of oscillation which is we can assume as linear. When we plot the graph, that comes linear output in a linear output for us, so that is linear harmonic oscillator. So here in the diagram which you can see here is a simple example of linear harmonic oscillator, in which spring constant K is attached to a rigid wall, and the another part of this spring is attached to an object of mass m. So this is a basic system. In this, the motion of this object is linear harmonic motion. This object can move towards right side and towards left side, and after some period it is repeating its motion, it is repeating its path, so it is linear harmonic oscillator. So in these types of systems, we can see what will be the kinetic energy of the system. The normal expression for kinetic energy is used to be half mv square. And what is V? V is basically a single time derivative of displacement, which is x dot. So we can write T or kinetic energy as half mx dot square, and potential energy, due to this is a spring mass system, you can see in this diagram, this is a spring mass system. So the potential energy of this system can be considered as Hooke's law because spring is following the Hooke's law. So by Hooke's law we are getting this potential energy. And what is the Lagrangian now? We know that Lagrangian L is T minus V. Usually it is L, which is the energy difference between kinetic energy and potential energy. So it is T minus V. So just put the values of T and V, and we can get the Lagrangian for this system. Now, let's say this is equation 1. Now we have to evaluate Lagrange's equation of motion or equation of motion for this object. Okay, so Lagrangian equation of motion, we know the Euler-Lagrange's equation d over dt del L over del x dot minus del L over del x equals to 0. What we will do, we will just do single time derivative with respect to x dot of Lagrangian, and we will do single time derivative with respect to x of Lagrangian, and we will put both these values into this equation and we will get this. So this is too simple to understand. After this we are getting the equation. Let's say this is equation number 3. So if we are just replacing this m to beneath towards the k, because k and m both are constants which we are considering, so we try to keep all the constant at same place. So x double dot plus k x upon m equals to 0 we are getting, which is required expression of equation of motion of that spring mass system. So it is an equation of simple harmonic motion and can be put in the form of x double dot plus omega square x equals to 0. And what we are getting here, we are getting the frequency of these oscillations, which is this is omega square. When we compare this equation and this equation, what we are getting, we are getting omega square equals to k upon m. So by this we are getting this omega equals to under root k upon m. So this is our example number 1. Hope you can understand it better. Now second example I am taking here is particle moving under a central force. So let's consider a particle of mass m moving in a plane and attracted towards the origin of coordinate with a force that is inversely proportional to the square of the distance from it. If r theta be its plane polar coordinates, the kinetic energy will be. So the kinetic energy will be in terms of r and theta. First of all, let's understand this example thoroughly. What are central forces? First of all, what are central forces? Central forces, students, central forces are those who can follow the path towards the center or far the center, like the forces which we can apply towards the center or in line beneath, over or beneath that, like the Coulomb's force, the gravitational force, all are central forces, and they keep their all the force towards the center or far to the center, and they are just following inverse square law. So those are the central forces. So in that type of force, if a particle is moving, then what will be its equation of motion according to Lagrangian? We want to just equate that, we will derive that. So let's start. We will write kinetic energy in terms of r and theta. R and theta, when we will write in r and theta, we are using polar coordinates. Okay, remember in my first video lecture I have taught you guys to conversion of Cartesian, polar, spherical and cylindrical coordinates, so you can watch from there. So t equals to half m r dot square plus r square theta dot square we will get, and potential energy used to be v equals to minus integral f dot dr. So f will be for central forces. Force follows just inverse square law, so force is minus k upon r square. We are considering that only, so minus of minus k upon r square dr. Now v is given here, we will get v equals to minus k upon r. Since f is attractive, so we are getting here minus sign. Now L equals to t minus v. We just put both the values of t and v, and equation of motion, this is Euler-Lagrange's equation again. Now you guys are getting the idea that what we are doing, and here generalized coordinates are r and theta, because we are talking about polar coordinates now. So these are two equations in which we have to put the values, and when we are putting the values we are getting these equations, and solving these we are getting these, and you can solve these in your notebook and you will surely get these equations. So equation 2 are the desired equation of motion for the particle moving under the influence of the central force. Now I'll try to do some problems here for you guys that you can understand these previous examples thoroughly. So problem 1 for you guys is to find the Lagrange's equation of motion of an electrical circuit comprising an inductance L and capacitance C. The condenser is charged to Q coulombs and the current flowing in the circuit is I ampere. So this is inductor, this is capacitor, and charge Q is current I is flowing through the circuit and capacitor charged up to Q, and this is basically an oscillating circuit. And for inductor we will consider magnetic energy, and for capacitor we will consider the electrical energy. Why we are considering the magnetic energy and why we are considering the electrical energy here? So guys, this is the question for you, and you will have to answer me and in my comment box, and you guys will answer, and I'll see who's right and who's wrong. So this question is for you guys. The magnetic energy will be Tm equals to half Li square. So I, what is I? I is basically dq over dt. So basically it is q dot, and q dot I am putting here. So Tm equals to half L q dot square, and electrical energy V equals to q square upon 2E. So Lagrangian can be represented as, Lagrangian is, what is Lagrangian? T minus V. So we are putting those values, and we are choosing Q as generalized coordinate, okay, obviously. And same thing we are doing, we are putting these values in Euler-Lagrange's equation. And what is our Euler-Lagrange's equation, which I am writing here? This is, so what we have to do, just one time derivative with Q dot of Lagrangian, one time derivative with Q of Lagrangian, and just put in this equation, and by solving we are getting this Q double dot plus LQ upon C equals to 0. And here frequency of oscillation, what we get is omega equals to under root L upon C, because this is the same equation as x double dot plus omega square x equals to 0, because it is also a linear harmonic oscillator. So omega square will be L upon C, and omega is used to be omega equals to under root L upon C. So this is a very simple example to understand. So problem number 2 is a bead slides on a wire in the form of a cycloid described by x equals to a theta minus sine theta, y equals to a 1 plus cos theta, where theta is greater than equals to 0 and less than equals to 2 pi. And we have to find two things. The first one is Lagrangian, and the second one is equation of motion. So let's start, guys. This is again a polar coordinate problem. So we have already solved this type of example previously. So with a very easy method, I'll tell you how to solve this. So Lagrangian is basically L equals to T minus V, and how we can get this kinetic energy T here? This is that system in this XY coordinate. I'm just plotting the diagram. This is our origin, and the amplitude of this hemisphere which we are making here is 2a. We can consider it as the radius also, and this is in polar coordinate. Obviously we have given the values of x and y in theta, so we will just convert it into polar coordinates, and we will do for kinetic energy. And for potential energy is used to be in gravitational force. When we will talk, we use mgh. So what is h? H is your height is your y coordinate, is up to, it can go up to this maximum height of y. So this is y coordinate here, and I'm just putting it mgy. So this is what potential energy. And now from this equation, from x and y values, here it is x value, here it is y value, I will just get x dot and y dot, and I'll put all these values x dot, y dot and y into this equation of Lagrange's. So what we are getting? We are getting the answer of question number first, which is to get Lagrangian. So this is our Lagrangian. Okay, now we have to further solve it for the equation of motion. So this is our Euler-Lagrange's equation of motion. As you know, theta is our generalized coordinate. So what we will do, we will just do one time derivative of our Lagrangian with respect to theta dot and one time derivative of our Lagrangian with respect to theta, and we will put all these values in this equation, and what we will get, we are getting these types of answers. So this gives theta equals to 1 minus cos theta plus half sin theta theta dot minus g sin theta upon 2 equals to 0. It is also too easy to understand. One more example for you guys. So problem number 3 is a particle of mass m is protected with initial velocity u at an angle with the horizontal. Use Lagrangian equation of motion to describe the motion of projectile. Here we will talk about projectile. Projectile motion is also in the constant of gravity. So when we will consider gravity, we will consider potential energy as mgh, as I have previously told you. So what is h? H is height maximum up to the y coordinate. So I'll take here again mgy, and kinetic energy is used to be half m x dot square plus y dot square, and equation of motions will be 2 for x coordinate as well as for y coordinate, and we will apply some limits or constants also. So after applying these limits, we are getting the values for x and y. We are getting the values for x and y as x equals to at plus b, which is u cos theta t. This is basically it used to be the diagram of this. You can see here. This will be the y coordinate, which will be the height. This will be the x coordinate. You can consider as 2a. This will be your x coordinate. This will be your y coordinate. You can put your particle here, p, x, y, and you can get, first of all, you have to get the coordinates x and y, and after that you have to do all these things. You can apply constants as at initial condition the particle should be at this position, at final condition the particle should be at this position. You can find two constants from here, you can find two constants from here, and you can do all these stuff together. So I hope you guys will do it in your notebook, and you will surely tell me that you are getting the results or not. So I'm just briefly telling you what to do and what types of equations you're gonna get. So y, you will get y equals to ct minus half gt square, and y dot, obviously one time derivative of y dot is used to be dy over dt. So y dot equals to c minus gt, and at t equals to 0, y equals to u sin theta. So c, you will get u sin theta, and now final equation for y, you will get u sin theta t minus half gt square. And from equation third, from this equation you will put t equals to c upon u cos theta or x upon u cos theta. So when you will put this, you can get y equals to x tan theta minus half gx square upon u square cos square theta. This equation is the equation which you will be using from 11th standard for the motion of any projectile. So this is a very easy equation, and this is our problem number 4, as well as very important problem. You will have to put the star for it. This is also called Atwood machines problem. What is this problem? First of all, let's understand this problem. Here is the system of two masses hanging over a pulley with a rope of length L. This system of particles or two objects we can solve by two methods. Both the methods I have shown in this diagram. You can consider this length as x1 and this length as x2, or you can consider this length as x, the length of whole rope as L. So what you will get, this is L minus x. This is L minus x. So by two types we can solve this problem, and we will get the Lagrangian as L equals to T minus V used to be, and there are two objects and they are moving with the same coordinate system, so we are getting x dot same for both the masses m1 and m2. So I'm just I'm not doing half m1 x dot square plus half m2 x dot square. I just do the thing x dot square common and keep it outside. And for the potential energy for mass m1 is m1 gx and for m2 is m2 gl minus x. Now for Lagrangian equation of motion, we have to solve the Euler-Lagrange's equation now. So what we will have to do, we will have to do dl over dx dot and dl over dx. These dots are misplaced due to some mistake in the slide. So please guys do with concern of your mind. Here the generalized coordinate is q equals to x, and now the Lagrange's equation will become, when we are putting these values, we are getting x double dot equals to m1 minus m2g upon m1 plus m2g, which is the desired equation of motion. Okay, so you will get this as a final result. So this is very important result. Now there is an important note, which is if m1 greater than m2, the mass m1 descends with constant acceleration. If m1 is greater, m1 will descend, and with constant acceleration it will descend. And if m1 less than m2, the mass m1 ascend with constant acceleration. So this is very important result. We can physically interpret this too. It is to be noted that the tension in the rope, the force of constant is not seen in the Lagrangian is not seen anywhere in the Lagrangian formulation, So basically the Atwood machine is an example of conservative system with holonomic constant, and the pulley is small, massless and frictionless. So students, this was the first method of solving the problem, which is very easy, and this is the second method, which is the same as the previous one, but in this solution I am just describing the language to solve this question. Like, let the two masses be m1 and m2, which are connected by an extensible string of length L. Suppose x be the variable vertical distance from the pulley to the mass m1, then mass m2 will be at distance L minus x from the pulley. These all things are the language of this solution. Thus there is only one independent coordinate, which is x. The velocity of two masses are v1 equals to dx over dt, that is x dot, and v2 equals to c. When one mass is coming down, the m2 is going upside, and when this is coming down, it is going upside. So when we are considering one velocity as positive v, we will have to consider v2 as negative, in the negative direction. So v2 is used to be minus x dot. Therefore what we will get t as this. So this is the expression which we were getting previously, and potential energy you know guys already. So this is what Atwood machine can be explained thoroughly, and this is the exercise question for you guys. In the Atwood machine example mentioned in the above question, calculate the acceleration of the system. Now you guys have to calculate the acceleration, and the condition is if the pulley is a disc of radius r and the moment of inertia I about an axis to its center and perpendicular to its plane. So you guys have to solve this question and tell me the answer. You can post your answer through the comments, and you can provide the review for the courses if you are liking or not, and what are the advancements you want in these courses, and if you want to give any advice, you are always welcome. and you can ask questions. Just post in the comment sections. We will reply you as soon as possible. And this is all for today. Thank you for watching.